everyone. So I wasn't planning on doing a video, so this is gonna be a very short one. But so I came out. I had an early morning appointment, so I was a little late on doing the chores. It's about 9 or 10 o'clock, and I came out to deal with the goats, and I noticed that some of the goats, the Nigerians, that they were acting a little off. So I started assessing everyone, and I noticed that Alfie, behind me here, that she was standing at the fence flagging the bucks. And I was like, that's not good, because she is actually, I think, on the calendar, she's like one of our first ones due in March. So she's like about 2 months from kidding. And remember at ultrasound last month, we could feel her kids, and we confirmed that she had at least 2, and that she was right on point to, she was past the 60-day mark, and she was right on point to be like around the middle of March. So I came out, I took a short little video, which I'll put that in. And so this is the warmest day this week that we're gonna have, and it's like 45 degrees, which my hands, because I put her on the stand, I trimmed her feet, I assessed her and everything, my hands are so frozen. But this weekend it's gonna be even colder. But my plan is that the does, the 6, which she was not one of them, but the 6 that we had trouble last month seeing how far along they were, or if they were bred, I'm going to go ahead and draw blood on them. I have another ultrasound scheduled for next weekend, but I'm just, after what I saw today with Alfie, I'm going to go ahead and draw blood on those 6, on her and on Dorothy, because even though Dorothy was confirmed bred by ultrasound, she is also acting like she might be in heat. And I'm hoping it's just hormones, because throughout their pregnancy they can release hormones, and so they can release the hormones and stuff, but they're not going to be like sitting there flagging the bucks like Alfie is. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And I have had enough of the breeding experiences for this year. So here's Alfie, and I did notice a couple of days ago that I noticed that she wasn't as large as she has been, which that can happen. I mean, the babies can shift, the kids in there, they can shift. She's still deep bodied. She is still wide, to where rooming kids, she's still there. Now, I did feel, so the best place to feel for kids is going to be right in here, but you actually want to either bring your hands down this way, or you want to come in from behind, which she doesn't like because my hands are very cold, and push up gently, but just hold firm. Okay, so one of the things that we get asked a lot is because for our farm we advertise that we raise and breed registered Nigerian Dwarfs. We do have Ellie, Floppy, and Frost that are our only non-registered ones, to where people that just want the milk for backyard purposes or for their home, that don't want to be into showing or have registered stock, that's why we keep them around. Now, and then we also do the Boer goats on the commercial side currently for anybody that's wanting show or meat out of the goats. Now, as far as the Alpines, how we got into those is, okay, so our middle son is 6 foot tall. You've seen him on camera. He is tall, and he still shows the goats. Showing he has a hard time with his height on the bracing of the Boer goats unless they're extremely tall. So he got into the dairy side. The only problem is to where whenever you're that tall and you show Nigerian Dwarfs, it really hurts your back. Now this past year at the ADGA National Convention, they did pass a rule saying to where you can have the leads, the hand leads now for the Nigerian Dwarf breeders, which that is a really good blessing, because for tall people, you're out there, but for the tall people, it's hard for them to come here, Betty. It's hard for them to get everything to not hurt your back. Okay, and I'm sorry I don't have my tripod with me, so it's a little wobbly. So as far as the Alpines, Lucky is our registered one. We sought her out to have her not only for future milk purposes, but for showing purposes. Now, Betty and Alfie, they came from the same farm as rescues. We weren't intending on getting them, but we had been looking for a couple of Alpines for milk production. We came into those as a rescue. So here's Lucky and here's Betty. Now, I don't know how old Betty and Alfie are. We can only guesstimate how old they are. I know that whenever we got Betty, she had been in milk, but she was drying up. So we decided that because we had so many bottle babies this year, and we're probably going to have double that for this coming kidding season here in a couple months, that is the main reason why we wanted the Alpines, because they can literally, a good milker of a standard breed dairy goat can probably produce about a gallon a day, if not more, of milk. And so here, Josephine must be in heat because, yeah, Domino is after Josephine, so Josephine must be in heat. Anytime that any one of them are in heat, especially whenever you have all the pregnant ones that you do, they act kind of weird. That's why I'm out here every single day with the goats. Now, Alfie and Betty. I don't know their history. I know that we had them, when we first got them, we separated them from the herd. We did our biosecurity testing. They came back clean. They were in poor body condition whenever we got them. It took us months to correct that, to get them ready for breeding season. We did, it looked like they both went into heat one time whenever they were in with the bucks. Betty, they couldn't see anything on ultrasound, but she is extremely large. I mean, so I'm going to have her re-ultrasounded. Alfie, we saw 2 kids. We could feel them move. Now, I don't know what to think. So you have those, issues with goats. I mean, there's issues that are going to arise with goats, especially whenever you don't know their background. I'm one to where I don't suggest going and picking up any goat on the side of the road, sell barn, stuff like that. I'm a good believer of the, strong believer of getting good quality stock from farms that do the biosecurity testing for CL, CAE, and Jonies, at least, or Yonis. Now, you can test for a few other things out there, but that's what we do in our area, and that's what we're going to continue doing. But the thing is, to where on these 2 girls, I don't know what they're going to do whenever they're bred, so I'm going to take it one day at a time. But I am going to go ahead and draw blood prior to the next ultrasounding. I'll go ahead and have Alfie re-ultrasounded next weekend. But like I said, my fingers right now are so they're so dry, cracked, cold, you name it, with all this weather that we've had. I'm not going to be able to draw blood today, but I will this weekend, and I'm going to set it up inside to where I've got a heater running, and whenever I bring the goat in there, I'm going to let them sit for about 5 minutes, warm up, give them something nice to eat, as far as a treat on the stand, and then I'm going to draw blood, and I will take y'all along for the ride. It's not something I like doing, but it is something whenever you have a large herd that you need to know how to do, in my opinion, because a blood draw from your local vet can be anywhere from $10 to $20 per goat. So yeah, these 2, they boggle my mind and make me not want to have them, but we'll figure it out. scratch right there? Okay. Oh, you did a good spot. Oh, yeah. That's a good spot. You look silly. Okay, okay.